बजे यहाँ बजे यहाँ बजो यहाँ बजो यहाँ बजो
from India to shape a common global future. India leads the way with its own inclusive and sustainable growth. The Amrit Kaal, a new era signifying India's development from its 75th year of independence to its 100th. An epic journey towards becoming a beacon of global growth. The Prime Minister's call for inclusive development in the Amrit Kaal will be further substantiated during India's G-20 presidency through our theme of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, one earth, one family, one future. A vision that aims at bringing people together to build a better future for everyone. To achieve that goal, significant national priorities were charted out and set in motion. India's technological and digital innovation will become engines for the future of inclusive growth and connectivity. Our environment initiatives, including LIFE, will ensure true prosperity by promoting sustainable lifestyles through individual and collective action to protect and preserve the environment. Through inclusive economic growth, India will provide universal benefits that serve long-term interests of people with compassion, equality, and solidarity, leaving no one behind. India's focus on women-led development will continue empowering women into contributing to the larger economy. With the promise of peace, harmony, and security, India will build a world where every individual finds the perfect ground to blossom fully.
वो लोग है जिन्हें दुनिया का कल्याण देखा है लोग
दुनिया की कामना कहते हैं सर्वे को सर्वे वस्तु बनाओ.
The importance of collective action is stronger than ever before, and G20 India shall strive to build a collective and inclusive shared future. India's G20 theme holds these national priorities together like the petals of the lotus, blooming victorious from the pool of challenges, holding our planet in a warm embrace, blossoming into a better tomorrow.
आज मैं आश्वासन देना चाहता हूँ भारत की G20 सदस्यता इंक्लूसिव, एम्बिशियस, ECC और एक्शन ओरिएंटेड.
Our G20 meetings are planned in different cities and states of our country to provide an enriching experience of India's amazing diversity and inclusive traditions for our guests from different corners of the world. We wish for each and every one of you to participate in this unique celebration.
Check. Good. This is a live video. Break कैसा लगता है?
विजय ऑडियो सुनना
Well,
लेवल चेक करो ठीक है
one earth, one family.
ये ठीक है सामने गुड मॉर्निंग एंड वेलकम टू द G20 समिट.
पूरा लंबा उसको करो.
Good morning and welcome to the G20 University Connect, engaging your five lecture series.
हम सब पता ही नहीं था हमें से ऐसे लिखा होता है. अभी देखो ना. इसको अभी देखो ना. लेकिन
मतलब वो वाला लास्ट वाला को भी दिखाई नहीं है आगे का वाला सब
अभी देखो ना. ये तो सुबह की थी क्या?
हाँ मेरा नेटवर्क शायद से
हाँ. वाईफाई तो नहीं कर रहा है. वाईफाई चल रहा था. कितना हो गया था? क्या देखा?
G20 University Connect, engaging young minds, lecture series, the Rajiv Gandhi University chapter of Arunachal Pradesh.
ছিল লাইভ নিচ্ছে আসতে লাগতো
As the world arrives in India to shape a common global future, India leads the way with its own golden period of inclusive and sustainable growth, the Amrit Kaal. A new era signifying India's development from its 75th year of independence to its 100th. An epic journey towards becoming a beacon of global growth. The Prime Minister's call for inclusive development in the Amrit Kaal will be further substantiated during India's G-20 presidency through a theme of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, one earth, one family, one future. A vision that aims at bringing people together to build a better future for everyone. To achieve that goal, significant national priorities were charted out and set in motion. India's technological and digital innovation will become engines for the future of inclusive growth and connectivity. Our environment initiatives, including LIFE, will ensure true prosperity by promoting sustainable lifestyles through individual and collective action to protect and preserve the environment. Through inclusive economic growth, India will spearhead universal benefits that serve long-term interests of people with compassion, equality, and solidarity, leaving no one behind. India's focus on women-led development will continue empowering women into contributing to the larger economy. With the promise of peace, harmony, and security, India will build a world where every individual finds a perfect ground to blossom fully.
वो लोग हैं जिसे दुनिया का
India shall strive to build a collective and inclusive shared future. India's G20 theme holds these national priorities together like the petals of the lotus, blooming victorious from the field of challenges, holding our planet in a warm embrace, blossoming into a better tomorrow.
आज मैं ये आश्वासन देना चाहता हूँ, भारत की G20 सदस्यता इंक्लूसिव, एम्बिशियस, प्रिसाइज और एक्शन ओरिएंटेड।
Our G20 meetings are planned in different cities and states of our country to provide an enriching experience of India's amazing diversity and inclusive traditions for our guests from different corners of the world. We wish for each and every one of you to participate in this unique celebration that is India. Welcome to G20 India. One earth, one family, one future.
While countries across the world are aging, we are a young population. The world looking at India. India is looking hope, and we are developing. Looking forward to ideas and support.
इसलिए तो नीचे करके खोल दो नीचे घुमाओ 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 हाँ ये ठीक हो गया देखो ठीक हो गया तो क्या ठीक हो गया हाँ छोड़ो लेवल को छोड़ो हाँ ठीक है छोड़ अब पैर ठीक आ गया मैं अभी नहीं आया देखो देखो हाँ अभी ठीक हो गया ठीक है अब ठीक है ऑब्वियसली ले तो होगा ना फेसबुक यहाँ से जाएंगे वहाँ जाएंगे कैलिफोर्निया जाएंगे फेसबुक हेडक्वार्टर जाएंगे तब आता है ना
सर सीट कैपेसिटी का उससे भी ज़्यादा सही
नहीं
House seats are not enough.
हमको लग रहा है पोडियम पे ना वो लेकिन क्या इसमें थोड़ा दिमाग है ना वो ऐसा करके कैमरा करना ट्राई करते सबको ले सबको ऑलमोस्ट यहाँ पे बस हाँ थोड़ा दिन और तो हाँ मतलब कौन आएगा दिखने का ना मुझे कौन ऐसे कर बोलेगा फिर बोले जब देखा तो कैसे जुम्मन करके लगे जब कहते जिस तरह सब जुम्मन करके जब बोलेगा ट्रेनिंग करके जैसे दिमाग करके यहाँ से उठे हम लोग को मेरा बता रहे हैं ना बता दो नहीं बता
ado, I request everyone to please stand in his honor. अयोग निज पद वेति गणना लघु चेतसा उदार चरित्राणां तु वसुदेव कुटुम्बकम्. This verse from the Maha-Upanishad 6.7.71 and 75 has today become a global philosophy and ushered in the era of one earth, one family. Good morning everyone, and on behalf of Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, Research and Information System of the Developing Countries New Delhi, Northeast Training and Research Advocacy Guwahati, and the Rajiv Gandhi University, I welcome you to the G-20 University Connect Lecture Series, the Rajiv Gandhi University Chapter. To begin the program, may I please request our dignitaries, guests present here, and the participants to please rise for the university song. Thank you all. You may please be seated. Honorable Speaker, Shri Prashant Joshi Sola sir, Ambassador Shri Satbeer Singh ji, former Ambassador for India, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Rajiv Gandhi University, Professor Saket Kushwaha sir, Shri Tanar Hagi ji, the Honorable local MLA, Dr. N.T. Vikram, Registrar of the Rajiv Gandhi University, Dr. Sayantan Ghoshal from the RIS, our partner in the today's program, Deans of the Rajiv Gandhi University, heads of the department, officers of the university, invited resource persons, entrepreneurs, and dear student friends. When India assumed the G-20 presidency on the 1st of December 2022, and the Prime Minister of India said, let us join together to make India's presidency a presidency of healing, harmony, and hope. Let us work together to shape a new paradigm of human-centric globalization. To achieve this objective, India has decided to make its presidency the presidency of people's involvement, which is called as Jan Bhagidari, with a focus on youth involvement, and that the 75 universities across the country have been selected, and we are very proud to share with you that Rajiv Gandhi University is one amongst them. To spread this message of unity, harmony, and inclusiveness to the grassroots level, the G-20 University Connect Rajiv Gandhi University chapter in collaboration with the RIS is being organized today. And for the auspicious beginning of this program, I request our dignitaries to please light the lamp. The traditional lamp being lighted by our chief guest of today's program, Shri Pasangurji Sona sir, the honorable speaker of the Arunachal Pradesh Legislative Assembly. With him, Shri Satpreet Singh ji, from the Ministry of India. We are also very pleased and honored to host Shri Anna Hariso, member of the Legislative Assembly. Our collaborators for this very esteemed program, Research and Information System for Developing Countries, New Delhi, the RIS. Dr. Anthony Costa is the registrar of the Rajiv Gandhi University. Professor Kezak Devi, Department of Education, and also chairperson of today's organizing committee. Madam Dr. Vandana Upadhyay, Department of Economics. Finally, the lamp being lighted by our honorable Vice Chancellor of Rajiv Gandhi University. I thank all the dignitaries present here today for doing the honor. The organizing committee would now like to present before you the official video theme of G20 India's Presidency 2023. May I request everyone's attention? to the team official video. Thank you.
India, home to 1.3 billion people, is a confluence of religions, traditions and customs. A thriving global center of technology and the world's largest democracy. As one of the oldest civilizations in the world with a rich cultural heritage and diversity, and as the fifth largest economy in the world, India is proud to assume the presidency of G20. As the country moves into a new era, we look to another poignant symbol for humanity to emerge victorious from challenges. The lotus, the national flower of India, represents our history and culture and symbolizes spirituality, fruitfulness, wealth, and knowledge. And that's the inspiration for India's G20 global design. The design rendered in satin, white, green, and blue is drawn from the national flag of India. The 7 petals of the logo signify the 7 seas and the coming together of 7 continents at G20 India 2023. Sitting above the lotus is a representation of the earth, reflecting India's pro-planet approach to life and seeing the world as one family. From this, we derive the theme for G20 India 2023, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one earth, one family, one future. A theme that brings the G20's focus on sharing global growth, while being in harmony with nature. G20 India 2023. One earth, one family, one future.
Thank you. With this, may I now please invite our dignitaries to come up to the dais. First, we have the honor to invite Honorable Speaker of the Arunachal Pradesh Legislative Assembly, Shri Pasam Dorji Sonar sir. Accompanying him is Shri Sarbir Singh ji, and the President of India, Shri Tana Ali sir, Vice Chancellor of the Rajiv Gandhi University, Professor Shankar Kushwaha sir, Dr. L.K. Ripam, Registrar of the Rajiv Gandhi University, and joining them would be Madam Neha Nuri, to the Department of Education, who is also the organizing chairperson. And to begin the technical session of today's program, may I invite Professor Kezam Begi, the coordinator of G20 University Connect, Rajiv Gandhi University, to please deliver the welcome address.
Good morning, everyone. Chief guest of today's program, Honorable Speaker, Legislative Assembly, Government of Arunachal Pradesh, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Rajiv Gandhi University, Honorable MLA, Shri Tana Ali Chara, Ambassador Sarbir Singh, Registrar of the University, distinguished guests, speakers, deans, heads of the department, organizing committee, and most importantly, our students who have come from different affiliated colleges. At the very outset, I take the privilege to welcome the chief guest of today's inaugural program, Shri Pasang Dodi Suma, Honorable Speaker, Legislative Assembly, Government of Arunachal Pradesh. On behalf of organizing committee, I welcome you, sir, and thank you so much for accepting our invitation despite your busy schedule. We are really honored to have you here in our program today, sir. I welcome Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Satif Johan, and also would like to thank him for all his initiatives and his guidance for organizing this program. Thank you so much, sir. I am especially honored to welcome Ambassador Satbir Singh, former Ambassador Government of India, who have come all the way from Delhi to deliver a lecture on Indian presidency. Thank you so much, sir, for taking the pain, and I hope you are enjoying the beauty of this part of our country. We are also privileged to have with us Honorable MLA, Shri Tana Hali, who is the local MLA from Domi constituency. On behalf of organizing committee, I welcome you, sir, and thank you for sparing your valuable time for us. I welcome our registrar, Dr. N.T. Dikam, and also would like to express my gratitude on behalf of organizing committee for all his logistic support and all his help for organizing this program. I would like to welcome Dr. Samsal Ghoshal from Ministry of External Affairs, Research and Information System from Delhi, who is coordinating the program on behalf of RIS. I welcome all our distinguished resource person, Professor Sarsingao, who is here, Mr. Sadiq Manan, Program Head, Innovation and Invention, Arunachal Pradesh, Professor Tu Lingdim, who will be chairing the technical session, Professor Elizabeth Hankin, Professor Jumi Basar, our finance officer of the university, all the deans, Professor Oken, Parida sir, Professor Sumpam, heads of the department, officers, Dr. David Button is here, and all other members present here. I especially welcome all our distinguished guests, our media persons, Kentil is here, and especially to our students who have come from different colleges to participate in this program. And I really appreciate the students for their interest to participate in this program. And those who could not join offline here, we have already shared the Facebook link. They can streaming live. And I'm sorry if the students who are waiting outside, we are going to arrange a chair for you all who are waiting outside. Sorry for that. As Mohit has already mentioned that India has assumed, we all know that G-20 presidency on 1st of December 2022 from Indonesia, and India is going to convene the G-20 leaders for the first time in the later part of this year. And as already you have seen the video also, and Mohit has mentioned, that the G-20 presidency aims at being inclusive, action-oriented, and decisive. The theme of India's G-20 presidency, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, or one earth, one family, and one future, affirms the value of all human, animal, plant, and microorganisms and their interconnectedness on the planet and the wider universe. As Modi mentioned already, Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, while unveiling the G-20 logo and theme, said G-20 summit is not only a diplomatic event, but it is also an opportunity to showcase India's capability to the world. And to celebrate Jan Bhagidari, India is hosting, as we all know, more than 200 meetings across the country. And to sensitize the youth to India's global leadership aspiration for G-20 presidency, University Connect program has been initiated. The University Connect program is being organized by Ministry of External Affairs, New Delhi, Research and Information System for Developing Countries, under the leadership of Professor Sachin Chaturvedi and Dr. Priyadarshi Das, in collaboration with different universities. As already mentioned, 75 universities have been selected in this regard, and we are honored to be one of the selected universities. Therefore, in this regard, this program is organized by our university in collaboration with Research and Information System, New Delhi, Ministry of External Affairs, New Delhi. As a pre-conference activity, we have organized essay competition and the winners will be announced in the inaugural program itself. And to motivate our young students, we have invited 10 startups of our state, which will be inaugurated by our chief guest and other dignitaries after the inaugural program. Apart from this, we have 2 technical sessions wherein we have speakers from different backgrounds and they will be delivering on the topics like technology, innovations, indigenous knowledge, and gender equity, and I'm sure that we will have a very engaging and enriching learning experience ahead. So with this, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all once again, and thank you for joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for being the honors to extend our gratitude to the esteemed members who are present with us today. We would like to give a small token of gratitude to our guests. First, may I please request Honorable Vice Chancellor of the Rajiv Gandhi University to present a memento to honorable speaker, to the Assam Gandhi Sonia sir. The university memento, the traditional scarf with the university emblem, and the accompanying shawl. May I now please request the Registrar of the Rajiv Gandhi University, Dr. Edwin Council, to present the memento to Elder Professor P. Singh Ji, former Professor of India. Registrar of the Rajiv Gandhi University. The accompanying shawl. It is a tradition with the Rajiv Gandhi University to present a life plant to symbolize life. Now may I request coordinator of today's program, Madam Kezan Begi, to give the token of appreciation to Sri Tana Hari sir. He is our esteemed local MLA, and sir has always shown constant support to the Rajiv Gandhi University and always have been present with us. Madam Kezan Begi, along with Professor Saket Kushwaha, presenting the university emblem, the university scarf, and the university flag. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, ma'am. May I now request Madam Manju to present a small gift to Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, on behalf of the organizing committee. This is on behalf of the organizing committee of plant and the hall. Thank you, sir. May I now please request Dr. Nishan PN, faculty from the Department of Education, who is also a member of the organizing team, to present a small token to Registrar Sir. Dr. M.T. Vikram, Registrar of the Rajiv Gandhi University, to be felicitated by Dr. Nishan PN, who is a faculty in the Department of Education as well as a member of the organizing committee. Thank you, sir. And finally, may I request Dr. Sunil Poison from the Department of Mass Communication and also a member of the organizing committee to give a small token of appreciation to Dr. Sayantan Goshalji from the RIS. He has come all the way from Delhi. The RIS has been a constant support and a partner in this endeavor of the Rajiv Gandhi University to conduct G-20 University Connect engaging their minds. Dr. Sunil Pojan, presenting a traditional graphic. On behalf of the Rajiv Gandhi University, we thank Dr. Sayantan Goshalji for being a part of this. Thank you, everyone. Moving on, we are very happy to share with you the university have been organizing a few pre-events as a run-up to the G20 lecture series. As Madam Kizam has already shared, we have organized many competitions and many activities, one of which is the G20 University Connect essay competition, in which the topics were empowering startups, entrepreneurship and innovation, gender justice, personality and promoting indigenous knowledge, and finally protesting youth development and engagement. We are very happy to share with you this was done both in English and Hindi medium, and more than 122 participants have taken part. This was an interdepartmental competition and we have the results with us today. It is our request to the Honorable Chief Guest of today's program, Shri Prasanth Sir, to please give away the prizes for the winners of the essay competition. First, we will go for the third prize. The third prize winner is M.D. Tasim from the Department of Education. M.D. Tasim from the Department of Education. And J.P. Tasim, the sister, would be receiving the trophy on his behalf. Third prize winner. Dr. M.D. Tasim and Ms. J.P. Tasim receiving on his behalf. Second prize winner of the debate competition, Amensi Ama from the Department of Economics. Amensi Ama from the Department of Economics. Madam Vandana Upadhyay, Professor at the Department of Economics, and who was also a former immediate head of the department, is receiving on her behalf. And finally, the first prize winner is Techi Yadav from the Department of Hindi. Techi Yadav from the Department of Hindi. May I request Sunil sir to please coordinate.
अभी हेड का साहब कहाँ है? अरे ये ओके साहब है, हाँ, वेरी गुड.
Professor Oken Naik was the head of the Department of Hindi and he was also the Dean of Cultural Languages, a very long academic from the Department of Hindi, receiving on behalf of Techi Yadav, the first prize winner of the essay competition. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. And moving on, may I now please invite Dr. M.T. Vikram, Registrar of the Rajiv Gandhi University, to share his words of wisdom with the August gathering. Dr. M.T. Vikram, sir.
Very good morning to all of you.
Honorable Chief Guest of today's program, Sri P.D. Sonaji, Honorable Speaker of Arunachal Pradesh Legislative Assembly, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Rajiv Gandhi University, Professor Saket Puthua, Honorable local MLA, Sri Kana Haliji, Sri Satbir Singh Ji, former ambassador of India, who is here all the way from Delhi. Professor Kesan Devi, the coordinator of this G-20 program. Representative from RIS Division of Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, our collaborator, resource persons of this lecture series program, deans of various faculties, heads of departments of this university, our invited entrepreneurs, representatives, startups, students from different colleges as well as from the university. Ladies and gentlemen, at the very outset, I join the organizer in extending my warm welcome to all of you, especially to our chief guest who has actually accepted our invitation despite his busy schedule to grace this program. P.D. Sonaji, we are very glad to have you here amidst us, and also the local MLA, Kana Ali Karaji, and our guest from Delhi, Satbir Singh Ji, former ambassador of India, and all of you on this auspicious occasion of the lecture series as part of G-20 program being organized here in this university. G-20, as we know, is a group of 19 countries and a European Union, which consists G-20. And we are very glad to have the presidency seat of this G-20 for the first time since 1999, when it was actually established, G-20 was established. So, as we have already heard, this presidency seat will be a long 1 year from 1st of December 2020 to 30th November 2023. So in this long 1 year program, this is a small activity which Government of India has assigned the universities. As we have already heard, 75 universities have been actually selected to conduct such activities as part of G-20 program. And they have chalked out 200 lectures in over 50 cities of the country on 32 different work streams will be organized in this 1 year long program. So here in Arunachal Pradesh, on 24th and 25th, we are having G-20 program. State government is actually organizing. We are very fortunate to have the chairman of the organizing committee, our honorable speaker sir. Definitely he will share us more about the preparedness and the activities that is being actually organized in the state. Here in his lecture today. Well, as we know, the theme is Vasudev Kutumbakam, which means one earth, one family, and one future. And it's essentially tied with lifestyle for environment. And this goal of G20 in India is actually decided are digital transformation, climate, financing sustainable development, and food security. These are the areas where actually the G20 will stress on. So we are just beginning this activity. In the days to come, even in university level will have more program. Till actually 1 year is completed, that is on 30th November 2023. So this is the beginning, and I believe even in colleges and other academic institutions, activities will be carried out in the days to come. So I call upon all the participants to spread the message that is the theme of G20 to different parts of the country, different areas, even in among your peer group, your society as a whole. So this is my humble request to all of you. So with this, I believe we have worked out a very interesting theme today as part of this program. That is IT leveraging technology for better future, which our experts from NARIS will take up. Then empowering startup, fostering entrepreneurship and innovation. And we have gender justice, breaking barriers and building equality. Then we have indigenous knowledge system, preservation and promotion. So these are actually theme of today's lecture series, which are very, very interesting, very, very important and pertinent for especially for the people of this part of the country, especially in Arunachal Pradesh. I extend my best wishes to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for setting the tone of today's program and also sharing with us the details of this technical session, which our esteemed resource person has very graciously accepted to speak upon. Now, we have a very special guest among us, Sir Tanahari Tarasar, who is a local MLA and who has been a constant support to the Rajiv Gandhi University. In all the endeavors that we take up, he has always been with us, and it is an honor that he is also with us today in this great endeavor of the G20 University Connect. May I please invite Tanahari Sir to share a few words with us.
सबको गुड मॉर्निंग। मुझे बहुत आज ईश्वर को मैं विश्वास करते हुए आनंद लगा कि यह अरुणाचल का G20 टीम्स में मुझे कुछ बोलने के लिए मौका दिया है। तो इसलिए मैं सबसे पहले मैं लोकल MLA होने के नाते मैं हमारा इस इलाका में आपने पाँव रखा है, हमारा अरुणाचल के, हमारा राज्य के स्पीकर सर पार्षद जी सोना, आपको मैं मेरी तरफ से और मेरी जनता की तरफ से और अरुणाचल की परिवार की तरफ से मैं तहे दिल में मैं आपको स्वागत करता हूँ। इसके साथ साथ मेरा एम्बेसडर एस सिंह जी, आपने इतना दूर दराज क्षेत्र में पहुंचा है, आप इतना दूर से आकर के जहाँ दिल्ली की राजधानी से आपने इस जगह पे पहुंचा है कि आज मुझे देख करके उस दिन को मैं याद करता हूँ कि हम लोग इधर से जब हॉकी खेलने जाता था 79 में, हम लोग पूरा का पूरा दिल्ली पहुंचने के लिए 1 वीक पूरा लग जाता था। उसको आपको आज याद करते हुए मैं मेरी जनता की तरफ से, मेरे राज्य की जनता की तरफ से और मेरे जितना भी जो राजीव गांधी की परिवार की तरफ से भी, क्योंकि ये हमारा, मैं इस स्थानीय विधायक होने के नाते मैं आपको तहे दिल से मैं स्वागत करता हूँ। इसके जो इनिशिएशन में जो हमारे हेड ऑफ द फैमिली, मैं आज तक आपका परिवार में है कि राजीव गांधी यूनिवर्सिटी का परिवार में मैं शाकिर कुशवाहा, प्रोफेसर शाकिर कुशवाहा जी, बीसी और वाइस चांसलर ऑफ द दिस यूनिवर्सिटी, मैं आपको भी मेरी जनता की तरफ से मैं बधाई देता हूँ। आप इसी तरह हमारा परिवार को संभालते रहे और हमारा इंस्टीट्यूशन को अच्छे से संभालते रहे। और इसके साथ साथ हमारे जो एंटी रिकम जी, हमारा इस यूनिवर्सिटी का रजिस्ट्रार है, आपको भी आप एक लोकल इस परिवार के और इस स्थानीय लोकल एक आप रजिस्ट्रार होने के नाते आप अच्छे से इसको परिवार को संभालेगा क्योंकि मेरा पूरा विश्वास है। और इसके साथ साथ all head of the department and my friends, students, आप सभी को मैं मेरे यूनिवर्सिटी में आप सबको मैं स्वागत करता हूँ और तहे दिल से आप लोग इसी तरीका से आप लोग कोऑर्डिनेशन और कोऑपरेशन करके हमारा अरुणाचल की एक ही सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी है, इसको आप आगे बढ़ाने में आप जरूर साथ देगा। मेरा पूरा विश्वास है पीस एंड हार्मोनी को मेंटेन करेगा। और आप लोग जो ऑलरेडी इस पे लिखा है, 1 अर्थ 1 फैमिली एंड 1 फ्यूचर, हम लोग जो भी इस देश के लिए मुझे 5 मिनट के लिए समय दिया है, जो बोल सकता हूँ बोलेगा। हम लोग हर, मेरा यही अपील है, चाहे लीडर हो, चाहे प्रोफेसर हो, चाहे स्टूडेंट हो, हम लोग का सोच एक होना पड़ेगा। हमारा, मैं एक स्थानीय विधायक होने के नाते मेरा यही सोच है कि मैं इस राज्य के लिए मैं क्या काम कर सकता हूँ और हमारा इलाका के लिए क्या, आप लोग के लिए क्या काम कर सकता हूँ। वो पॉजिटिव मेंटालिटी यदि हम लोग का साथ, हमारा जितना भी प्रोफेसर भी सोचना है कि हम लोग इस देश के लिए हम लोग क्या कार्य करना है और इस राज्य के जो के लिए हम लोग क्या अच्छा काम कर सकता है। और जितना भी हमारा स्टूडेंट, जितना भी इस यूनिवर्सिटी में जो हर विभाग में जो पढ़ाई की जगत में जो आप लोग स्थानीय अपना अपना डिपार्टमेंट में ले रहा है, इनको भी मेरा यही मैसेज है कि इस देश के लिए और इस राज्य के लिए आपका पॉजिटिव सोच होना है कि हम इसके लिए क्या कर सकेगा बोल सकते सोचना है। ये कभी भी आपका मेंटेलिटी में नहीं आना है कि यूनिवर्सिटी से हमको क्या मिलेगा, ये सोच नहीं आना है। ये यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए हम क्या करना है वो सोच आप लोग का जिसमें आना है, इस देश के लिए, इस राज्य के लिए और इस सरकार के लिए, और साथ साथ हमारा सरकार मोदी जी का अंदर में, हमारा पेमा खांडू जी का नेतृत्व में हम लोग सरकार राज्य के लिए पेमा खांडू जी का नेतृत्व में चल रहा है, और देश का नेता हम लोग मोदी जी का नेतृत्व में चल रहा है। इसको हम लोग आगे ले जाने में, डेवलपमेंट का एक्टिविटी में आगे कैसे ले जाना है, इसको आप लोग का तरफ से एक सोच पॉजिटिव आना चाहिए। मेरा ये आप लोग को इधर से 6 घंटा गुवाहाटी जा करके उड़ान भर के हम लोग दिल्ली चलता था। आज हम लोग का सामने में, हम लोग का राज्य में एक उड़ान भरने का जगह मिल गया है, और वो आप लोग इसको भी आप लोग देख रहा है, और देश आगे जाने में कितना हम लोग उसको सपोर्ट दे सकता है, साथ दे सकता है, ये आप लोग का एक पॉजिटिव सोच आना चाहिए। मेरा यही एक सोच है, और आप लोग की ये सोच साथ में आप लोग का देश के साथ मिल के जाना है। और आज का दुनिया में आईटी और डिजिटल इंडिया जो जो चल रहा है, देश बहुत छोटा हो रहा है, क्योंकि देश छोटा मतलब है हम लोग देखिए आज 6 घंटा का अंदर में हम लोग गुवाहाटी पहुँचता था, कुछ दिन का आगे, कुछ महीना का आगे, लेकिन 6 घंटा में आज हम लोग दिल्ली से अरुणाचल कैपिटल में पहुंच रहा है। इसलिए हम बोलता है ये मतलब देश बहुत छोटा है। जो हम उधर से उस दिन हम पहला फ्लाइट गुजरात से हम आया था, गुजरात से हम 5 बजे उठा, कलकत्ता पहुंचा, कलकत्ता से हम फर्स्ट फ्लाइट में आया, ओलोनी में 12 साढ़े 12 बजे पहुंच गया। इसलिए हम बोलता है देश बहुत छोटा हो गया। तो इसलिए ये सब डिस्टेंस को हम लोग कभी सोच नहीं सकता था। हम लोग का जो हम लोग नंगा होकर के घूमते समय में हम लोग कभी नहीं सोचा था कि हम ऐसे एक दिन अरुणाचल में होगा बोल करके हम लोग का सोच में कभी भी नहीं आता था। रेलवे कभी ऐसे हम लोग का इधर पहुंचेगा बोल करके हम कभी नहीं सोचा भी था। तो आज रेल का यात्रा में हम लोग फैसिलिटी को हम लोग हमारा सरकार जो दे रहा है, इसके साथ साथ इसी मैसेज के साथ साथ आप लोग का जो अभी जो G-20 का बारे में आप लोग सब और ग्लोबल बारे में आप लोग ये तो बोलेगा तो ज़्यादा लंबा चौड़ा हो जाएगा। मैं इसी शर्त के साथ मुझे टाइम दिया गया है, टाइम को हम मेंटेन कर देना है। तो मैं इसके साथ साथ जो हमारा मैडम साहिबा जो कोऑर्डिनेटर है, जो इनको मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ। और जितना भी आप लोग इधर राजीव गांधी का परिवार और जितना भी इधर बैठा हुआ है, आप सबको मैं इसी शब्द के साथ मैं मेरा भाषण को इधर विराम रखता हूँ। थैंक यू।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर, आपके भावपूर्ण और प्रोत्साहित शब्दों से हमें यकीन है कि बच्चों को बहुत ज़्यादा इंकरेजमेंट मिला है। सर थैंक यू सो मच फॉर शेयरिंग काइंड वर्ड्स विद अस। We are very honored today to have with us the Ambassador Sabir Singh Ji from the Indian Foreign Service retired, who after completing the bachelor's degree in humanities joined the Indian Foreign Service in 1985. He has served in the Indian diplomatic missions in Moscow thrice, Stockholm, Bishkek, London, Ulaanbaatar and Algiers. He was the Deputy Chief of Mission in the rank of Ambassador in the Embassy of India, Moscow. He was the Indian Ambassador in Mongolia from 2010 to 2013 and Algeria from 2016 to 2020. And in each station, he had been associated with all the VIP visits. On the bilateral track, he had handled and contributed towards Indian Joint Commission documents with Sweden, Kazakhstan, United Kingdom, Russia, Mongolia, and Algeria. In the regional context, he handled India's relation with the Commonwealth of Nations, being senior official nominee of India to the Commonwealth Secretariat in London in 1999 to 2000. He was a contact point for India's negotiation with the Eurasian Economic Union and its attendant organization in Moscow from 2006 to 2010. He was coordinated for the Panama Declaration of the First Ministerial Meeting of the Arab-India Cooperation Forum in January 2006, consisting of cooperation in bilateral, regional and global issues, an executive action plan of cooperation for the years 2016 and 17 as Joint Secretary in the Ministry of External Affairs. He has also handled the Algerian membership of the International Solar Alliance since 2016 October to August 2020. So he is also proficient in Russia, and he has superannuated from the IFS service in August 2020. It is an honor for the Rajiv Gandhi University to invite the keynote speaker of today's program, Sir Ambassador Satbir Singh Ji. Sir, may I please invite you to the
Honorable Speaker of the Legislative Assembly, Shri Prashant Ramaji, Honorable Member of the Legislative Assembly, Shri Tana Hari Taraji, respected Professor Dr. Kushwaji, respected professors, members of the faculty, and dear friends. It's really a privilege for me to be in Itanagar and that is speaking on a subject where I have been associated for 30 years of foreign policy. First of all, why I am here is actually it was Prime Minister Modi's explicit instructions to MEA that when India achieves or post G-20, it should be not a government program, but program of Indian people. And in that light, it has been assured that the 200 events over the year are being held in 56 cities and places across the country. We have, under the Indian presidency, also have 11 engagement groups, including G-20 students. Now coming to the foreign policy as the policy of any country is basically to secure national interests. How do we define the national interest? Every state has a national interest. Hope you can hear me. Every country has a national interest. In the context of India, we broadly define the national interest in preservation of its sovereignty and territorial integrity, state security, which is very important, economic well-being of its large population, preserving and securing its cultural identity, and continuously evaluating its historical legacy. One of the best way of securing national interests is through the diplomacy, because here the state's power concentrates when you interact with other nations. When Prime Minister Modi became Prime Minister in 2014, he went to UNGA in New York, and one of the leading theme of his was that we want one world, not the first world
not a third world. Can we work towards one world? So you can see the thought process that we will be ultimately leading after 8 to 9 years to the presidency of G20 was already there when he was articulating Indian nationalist interest in the General Assembly. India's foreign policy also had one moral dimension because of our freedom struggle. And we can see Article 51 of Indian Constitution under the directive principles actually talks of international relations. You can look at the foundation of Indian foreign policy there. Now, the moral dimensions earlier were non-alignment and punching, which came in 50s, continue to be. They still have relevance. But Prime Minister Modi brought the moral dimensions, which is the theme of G20 Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. It was his concept. He brought it that it should be ingrained in our culture, it should be part of our history, and it must have a relevance in today's world. Now, when we look at this theme which we are today looking at, is given here: one earth, one family, one future. In fact, it is an evolutionary process. The process which has taken 8 years to fructify to this one. It started with French presidency, where India articulated one sun, one world, one grid. This was done there. Therefore, thereafter, we moved to global health, one earth, one health. And finally, when we are hosting the presidency, we have this theme, which is today enshrined here. Prime Minister Modi was very clear that when we host G20, it must have two specific dimensions. One, whatever the priorities we make, which we have a right as a president to make it, must be ingrained and founded in Indian context, Indian culture, Indian civilization, Indian economy, Indian thought, people's concern. And the second aspect was that can it really have relevance to other countries? Therefore, when we hosted Global South Summit in January, this theme was basically articulated where 125 countries participated with India, making it relevance to India is able to articulate their themes, their concept, their thought into G20, though they are not member of G20. Now, food security has become an issue because India is roughly 1/7 of the world population. Can we first be self-sufficient in food? Secondly, can we contribute into food security of other countries? Large tracts of the country around the world are actually food deficit today. They depend on food produced in different countries. And international situation makes it really difficult. So, for example, ongoing tensions between food exporting countries like Russia and Ukraine have affected large tracts of countries in Africa and Latin America. So, here India's thinking was entirely different, that we should focus on what we can do in terms of agriculture, how can we integrate technology, and how biotechnology can really work towards sustainability of availability of food to the population. For any activity, energy is important. Energy demand goes up as the people's living standard increase, but there is a limitation. So far our concept has been that we consume the energy from hydrocarbons. Still that is a 80% basket till today. Now India upstages its thinking in the renewable energy, and Prime Minister Modi articulated it in talk in Birmingham that our focus will be reduction of carbon footprints and increasing basically renewable. Now, it is not only that it should be relevant to India, but it should be shared with others. So India went for International Solar Alliance, which today roughly has around 100 countries as its member. Now, making it more relevant, that how do we really go? India has the technological capabilities, sustaining the growth, and sharing with others. This has been the model in G20, why it has come up this way. Now, Prime Minister Modi gave a slogan, he is very fond of some of them. He gave the title Life for Environment. That is a protection. Here he has actually taken a very culturally imbibed position that if you can restrict your demand as an individual, you actually can make a big difference to the environment. So his focus is on individuals. You go back and look at it, reuse, reduce, and recycle, whatever it may be. In your daily life, if you follow a very simple principle, obviously there are enough resources in the world, but there are not many resources if consumption goes unimpaired. So the individual is focused, and further he has thought of looking at the experience of developing countries, why these countries are actually suffering. And there are two elements which come, which is basically that the damage to the environment which has been done through the process of industrialization, and how we mitigate that. For this, India is in the forefront of a $100 billion fund, which is supposed to be escalated further because of G20 presidency being with the developing countries till 2025. So that will be the effort for both mitigation and adaptations to these countries. Though India is net donor, India is not a recipient, because India's profile is totally profoundly changed. But still we are a developing country, and we are going there. Prime Minister Modi was convinced that if we want good governance, if we want growing economy, the digital transformation or digital footprints is very important. Whether it is digital economy, whether it is digital finance, whether we have a digital government, whether we have knowledge-based digital knowledge creation or digital application. In this direction, the key is basically education. Wherever you want to go, whatever you want to progress is education. Now, access to education and how can it be improved, that has been the focus of G20, and that will continue to be there. We are also willing to share our knowledge with developing countries. That will remain there. One area where Prime Minister Modi cooperated when sustainable development goals were being finalized, what we call the UN Sustainable Development Agenda 2030, 17 areas which were being finalized in 2015. Prime Minister Modi was very clear that India should not only be lead role as an implementer, but also should play an important role in articulating the views of developing countries. These goals are realistic, these goals are achievable, and they can be achieved by the developing countries, because still around 130 countries are in that category, where either they lack the resources or capabilities. So we are focusing on that. Basically, India's effort is as a donor, but also as a coordinator. Coordinator on behalf of developing countries, where real-time technology transfer can take place without cost to the developing society, where their capabilities are built without hindering their resources. That has been the agenda. One area when we look at the whole theme of global governance, particularly the global financial governance, these are the institutions which were set up in the aftermath of World War II in 1945-47. Till today, the World Bank chairmanship is with US or American. The International Monetary Fund is headed by an European. So there is really any scope for other countries. So basically, if you look at it in terms of the international GDP, the two blocks, European Union and US, which can constitute around 50% of nominal GDP internationally, in fact, control the total international governance financial institutions. There is really no scope for developing countries. Whereas, in terms of population, 90% of the population is in the countries which have no say in the governance of this institution. So India has been in the forefront of basically pursuing an agenda whereby the developing countries have a say in the governance of these institutions, and they become not only the repository of doling out cash, but making the resources available to the countries when they are needed. So India is pursuing the track in global governance, basically what we call the quota-based system. The developing countries must have their say. There is always talk when we talk of international system, authoritarian versus democracy. To an extent, it has a merit, but India is the only democracy in the world whose electorate is largest except population of one country. So around 1 billion electorates are only in India, which votes in three-tier systems: federal, state, and local municipalities. So the democracy in action is continuously there in India, and these credentials make India a very important factor to go on. The crux of G20 presidency for us is in what way we can achieve certain results, whether which have economic results, which have anything to do with our culture, like tourism, whether we are able to be part of better international governance system, whether we are able to be part of better international health system, and all these priorities, all these events which are being organized all over India are basically also self-serving our own interests in what way we can achieve better results for our own people. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. It is indeed an honor for Rajiv Gandhi University to witness the keynote address shared with us today. I'm sure the experiences that you have shared and the input into the deep insight into the genesis of one earth, one family, and one future will be very useful, not only to the students present here today, but also to other dignitaries and guests present. Thank you so much, sir, for your time and your kindness. Moving on, we take this opportunity to thank the entrepreneurs who have been a part of today's program. There is a small exhibition of the innovation and entrepreneurs after the program, which all the speakers will inaugurate. But we would like to take this opportunity to invite them to the stage and give a small token of gratitude to them, and also to felicitate them on behalf of the organizing committee. And for this, if my please request another speaker, sir, and our Vice Chancellor, sir, to please come in front of the lines and give away a certificate and a memento. So first I invite Nina Lego from the House of Magna. Nina Lego is the first entrepreneur. Madam Nina Lego. Her startup is House of Magna. We will honor the appreciation of today. We are next invite Mr. Doni Riva, who is a very well-known entrepreneur who runs the Hungry Dukan Daga. The team is started up, which is available in all our mobile. Mr. Doni Riva. Entrepreneur who started Hungry and Dukan Daga. Next we have Jansen Matamadum from the Mirror side. Jansen Mate from the Mirror side. And startup has been nominated for today's presentation. We are very thankful to these young entrepreneurs who have come here to become a beacon of hope and inspiration to the students of India. Next we invite Kipayanu from the Knee Herbal. Kipayanu from the Knee Herbal. Madam Kipayanu is the proprietor who started Knee Herbal for the beauty and product of herbal. Next from the supermarket travel, we invite Linka Markia. Ika Motor Travel, we invite Linka Markia, another young entrepreneur whose startup is giving inspiration and share to all our students present here today. Next we have Awang Wangsu from the county. And recipient of the Innovation Award of the State Government, Awang Wangsu sir, from the county. Next we have invite Mr. Riva from the Ovenium's bakery line. They have recently opened a new store in Mahalagan. This is Ms. Tumi Riva from the Ovenium. This is the proprietor and Mr. Sato Sachi of the Ovenium. Next we have Kari Kanya, the founder of CK Bliss, a workout and fitness studio. Kari Kanya. Moving on, may I please invite Nina Sona from the Neo Organics. Nina Sona is working on a startup based on organic products. This is Nina Sona from the Neo Organics. And finally, from the BG Group, Tara Gomin. Tara Gomin, our final entrepreneur who has been invited to today's University Connect program engaging young minds, and we hope the presence of these young entrepreneurs will actually result in engaging the young minds of the participants present here today. Ms. Tara Gomin from the BBG. Thank you, sir. Thank you everyone for doing the honors. I take this opportunity to request the students to be present here for the technical session so that you can listen to these young entrepreneurs, learn from them, and ask them questions which will, I'm sure, will benefit in the future plans of yours. Now, I would like to share with you that the chief guest of today's program, Honorable Speaker of the Arunachal Pradesh Legislative Assembly, Sir Basantji Sona sir, who has, after completing his senior secondary and higher secondary education at the RK Mission School in Alo in 1987 and 89 respectively, moved to Delhi to pursue higher studies. Apologies, we would like to start the program. Now we will invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor of the Rajiv Gandhi University, who is also the organizing patron of today's program, to share a few words with the August gathering.
Okay, no problem. Honorable Speaker के बाद I cannot be delivering my talk, so that is format also. So, but nevertheless, my sincere greetings and warm greetings to the people on the high table. Here we have Honorable Sri Basantji Sona ji, who is the Honorable Speaker of Arunachal Legislative Assembly, Arunachal Pradesh. In our midst, we have Honorable MLA. People used to call local MLA, but MLA is MLA, is our MLA, is our guardian, Sri Tana Hali Tarasa. We have former ambassador, very respected Sri Sabbir Singh Saab. We have very energetic registrar of our university, the known historian, Dr. N.T. Saab. The coordinator of mover and shaker and coordinator of this program, none other than Professor Kisangdevi Menon. Of the dais, we have Honorable Deans here. I can see Dean of Management and Commerce, Professor Farida. We have Dean of Agriculture and Life Sciences, Dean Professor Sumpal Chandan Saab, former Dean and currently head of the Department of English, Professor Okey is here. Then we have Dean Professor Sanjeev Kumar, Dean of Basic Sciences, Dean of Hindi, Languages is there, Professor Singh, Dean of ICT is there, Professor Kavi. We have former Dean Professor Kalita here, now he is head of the Department of Physics. We have Nitin Sekhya, head of the Department of Mathematics. We have Dr. Arvind, head of the Department of NSS. We have Shankar Thapa, head of the Department of Management. We have Bhagat Nayak Sahab, head of the Department of English. We have Singh Sahab, head of the Department of Stat. We have Sabir Sirin Sahab. We have Arvind here. We have Sunil Pezam somewhere here. Then on the other side we have Professor Nimacho. We have joint registrar Dr. David Patil, the postal boy of RGU. Then we have Professor Vitar Sahab. We have joint registrar Thomas Sahab. We have Professor Dandana Upadhyay, we have Professor Kisangdevi Madam, Madam Jumiri is hiding somewhere. Professor Topi Professor is here. I should not forget the name of my people. Professor Satish is here. Why I brought out the name? I think PM is here. Then Narendra is here. Who else is hiding? And then the Madam Manju Bharwan is here. And then even Moin is here. You see, it is a lovely morning. And then I think Pegu is here. Okay, Pegu is here. The head of the Department of Mass-Com. And next to him, Rajoria. See, what is the beauty in bringing the name? It is important for me to put it on record also, that when you wish to do something good, then you invite people throughout the universe kind of thing. And my universe is my university. So it is better for me to remember the name of each and everyone who is giving his or her energy in the system. So That is why I greeted them personally. My greetings to the other guests who are here from other part of the country, and then officers also. Then we have entrepreneurs whom we have just honored. Then the encourage came with Honorable Speaker and Honorable Ali Saab, मेरे युवा दोस्त PM साहब बोलते हैं ना मित्रों, तो मेरे युवा दोस्त media friends, all of you, once again my warm greetings to you. Namaskar, Vandan, Abhinandan. See why we are here, why we are trying. I'm eager to listen to Honorable Speaker Sir. He is the chairman of Arunachal Pradesh, this state for G20 issue. And Honorable Ambassador has just spoken, he has given you insight also. And in his theme speech, Madam Kesam also gave you. Dr. Vikram also told you that why G20 word is given. It's a group of people, 19 countries and European Union. Union means there are some people over there also. So ये हम करना क्या चाहते हैं? What is real intention of all these meetings, all these things? You see, 1947, how many years we have spent? We are celebrating Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav. That means 75th year of Azadi. And we are going to celebrate this Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav for 25 years. When we reach to the 100 years. That means, so what is the focus and why there are some figure attached? During Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav, we have to recognize the 75 people in every state or districts, and then we have to organize 75 programs. Why these figures are running in our mind? You see, in last 75 years, how we are branded in the universe, in this world, हम developing country हैं, third world country से थोड़ा सा बेहतर होंगे लेकिन developing country हैं. With all the good things we are seeing, अभी honorable MLA साहब ने वो word use किया, हम तो use नहीं कर सकते, तो हम सभी पेड़ पे ही रहते थे. अभी हम जमीन में रहना शुरू कर दिए, घर बना लिए, अच्छी रोड बना लिए, लेकिन हमें और उन देश के लोगों में डिफरेंस कहाँ है, जिनको हम डेवलप्ड कंट्री बोलते हैं. मैंने तो सारी दुनिया की बहुत सारी कंट्री देखी हैं, अम्बेसडर साहब ने भी बहुत सारी कंट्री देखी होंगी, हमारे यहाँ स्पीकर MLA साहब भी गए हैं, आप सब भी बहुत सारी कंट्री में घूम चुके हैं. तो बहुत सारी कंट्री अपने आप को डेवलप किस मामले में डेवलप है, वो क्या है? The whole thing is revolving around 3-4 major aspects. See, nutritional security. कम से कम लोगों भूखे पेट लोग सोते नहीं हैं, बिस्तर पे नहीं जाते हैं. People used to have 3 square meal. आप अगर दूसरे कंट्रीज की बात देखें तो बहुत कम लोग ऐसे होंगे जो भूखे पेट बिस्तर पे जाते हैं. हमारे देश में आज भी कंडीशन ये है कि अगर देखेंगे तो 20-25% पीपल एक मील मिलता होगा, वो भी बचा हुआ मील. पीएम की जो इतनी सारी प्रोग्राम चल रहा है, 80 करोड़ लोगों को खाना दिया जा रहा है, ये जो हम सब्सिडी देते हैं. कभी कभी हमसे किसी ने पूछा, किसी विदेशी साइंटिस्ट ने हमसे पूछा, मेरे कलीग ने पूछा, अमेरिका से पूछा कि आखिर कब तक हम ये 80% लोगों को खाना देते रहेंगे फ्री का. हमने कहा हम फ्री का खाना नहीं दे रहे हैं, हम उनको मजबूत बना रहे हैं. जिस दिन वो अपना खाना कमाने लायक मजबूत हो जाएंगे तो वो फिर हमको उसकी आवश्यकता नहीं होगी. तो हम उस दौर से गुजर रहे हैं जहाँ अभी हमें बहुत सारी चीजों को इस नजर से देखना है. हमने कहा ना, वन अर्थ वन फैमिली वन फ्यूचर. ये जो कभी कभी लोगों के मन में आता है कि आपको ये सोचना होगा कि हमारे कुछ साथी, हमारे कुछ भाई बंधु एक बार खाना खाते हैं और हम कुछ रिसोर्सेज हमारे पास इतने हैं कि हम उसको खर्च नहीं कर सकते. तो ये सस्टेनेबिलिटी का कॉन्सेप्ट इंडिया का, हम भारतीय हैं. जब हमारे पीएम साहब ये बोलते हैं कि हम भारतीय हैं, तो ये सिर्फ इंडियन सिटीजन होने की बात नहीं है, हमारे उस वैभव या उस सोच की बात है जहां हम सारे लोगों को खुश देखना चाहते हैं. यही कुटुंबकम की जो बात करी है, एक कुटुंब की बात करते हैं, यानी कि वी आर वन फैमिली, दिस इज वन अर्थ. एक बार हमने इस धरती का नुकसान कर दिया. महात्मा गांधी ने क्या कहा? महात्मा गांधी ने ये कहा था कि इस धरती के पास इतना है कि वो सबकी जरूरत पूरी कर सकती है, लेकिन इस धरती के पास इतना नहीं है कि एक आदमी का ये लालच पूरा कर दे. Once we becomes greedy, अगर हम लालची बन जाए तो ये सारी दुनिया हमारी हो जाए, ये सारा यूनिवर्स हमारा हो जाए, हम सेटिस्फाइड नहीं होंगे. भारतीय परंपरा इससे दूर करती है. आपने देखा होगा कभी कभी लोग सवाल करते हैं और हम उसका जवाब नहीं देते, हंस के टाल देते हैं. कोविड में दूसरे दुनिया के लोग, हमारे दूसरे देशों के लोग, जहाँ पे निगेटिव ग्रोथ हो रही थी, भारतवर्ष में वैसी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आई, लेकिन क्या नैरेटिव सेट किया गया कि साहब हम डोज बाहर वालों को क्यों दे रहे हैं, बाहर वालों को डोज, यही भारतीय परंपरा है। हम अपने लोगों की भी केयर करते हैं और हम अपने पड़ोसियों की भी केयर करते हैं, उनको हम जरूर देते हैं जिनको हमारी जरूरत है। तो ये कॉन्सेप्ट बच्चों को सीखना होगा। G20 में जो कॉन्सेप्ट है 17 सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट गोल्स, तो बच्चों को ये पढ़ने चाहिए कि हमको किन किन गोल्स पे काम करने के। हमारे बच्चे कॉलेजेस से भी आए हैं, हमारे अपने भी बच्चे हैं, आपको कुछ टॉपिक्स ऐसे सीखने होंगे कि आखिर हमारा कंट्रीब्यूशन क्या होगा। हर चीज को हम कागज पे लिख के नहीं देते। वी डोंट गिव यू एवरीथिंग इन राइटिंग ऑन पेपर। हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि आपके पास सोचने समझने की शक्ति आ गई है। जैसे अभी मैं एक मजेदार बात कर रहा हूँ, मैं बैठा था तो मैं तो ऑब्जर्व बहुत करने की कोशिश करता हूँ, तो प्रोफेसर फरीदा ने इशारा किया इलेक्ट्रीशियन को कि इधर की लाइट ऑफ कर दो, अंधेरा किया था आपने, ठीक है। लेकिन मुझे ये ताजुब हुआ कि इलेक्ट्रीशियन ये नहीं समझ पाया कि अभी मेरे सामने सिर्फ ये पोस्टर है, उधर की लाइट भी जल सकती थी, उसको नौकरी दी गई, उसको सोचना चाहिए। हमने लाइट कम क्यों की थी? क्योंकि यहाँ पे स्क्रीन चल रही थी, तो फेड हो जाएगा। ये एग्जाम्पल आपको दिया मैंने छोटे में, क्यों? यही आपको प्रेरित करता है कि हर छोटी ऑब्जर्वेशन को, हमारे पीएम सर ने क्या कहा था, ऑब्जर्व करना है आपको। जो व्यक्ति ऑब्जर्व करता है और उसको रिकंसाइल कर सकता है, उन ऑब्जर्वेशन को अपने काम में जोड़ सकता है, तो वो अपनी ग्रोथ को आगे ले जाता है। वो अपनी पॉजिटिव ग्रोथ को, ग्रोथ नेगेटिव भी हो सकती है, डेवलपमेंट से पॉजिटिव होता है, तो हम लोगों को अपने जीवन में इन सब चीजों को सीखना होगा। कहने की बात है कि प्रेसिडेंसी पहली बार मिली है, दैट इज वेरी गुड, लेकिन ये सस्टेनेबिलिटी है कि आखिर ये जो वर्ड आपके कान में हम रोज सुबह शाम डालते हैं, शहद जैसा, व्हाट इज दिस वर्ड मीन फॉर अस? एक सिंपल सरल तरीका है कि जिस जगह पे खुशी हो और लंबी खुशी हो, उसको हम सस्टेनेबिलिटी से डिफाइन कर सकते हैं। क्या है? पहले स्कूल ऑफ थॉट जो है, पहली डिफिनेशन सस्टेनेबिलिटी की है कि हम जिस एनवायरनमेंट में रहते हैं, जिससे लेते हैं, हमको हमारे पूर्वजों ने, हमारे मम्मी पापा ने, हमारे दादा दादी ने एक अच्छी धरती दी थी। आपने देखा होगा ना कि यहाँ भी पानी खूब बरसता था, चिड़िया चहचहाती थी, है ना। आपको सवेरे उठते थे, हम हो सकता है कि हम झोपड़ी में रहते हो, लेकिन सवेरे उठते थे तो उठने का मन करता था, हवा साफ होती थी। लेकिन हमने क्या किया? कंक्रीट की बिल्डिंग बनाना कोई गलत नहीं है, इसके बगैर रास्ता भी नहीं है मेरे पास, सड़क बनाना गलत नहीं है, रास्ता भी नहीं है, लेकिन एक बैलेंस तरीके से बनाना है। हमको ऐसा रास्ता बनाना है कि हमारी जीव जंतु की हत्या ना हो, हमारे पहाड़ उतने ना काटे जाए कि आपको रोज लैंडस्लाइड हो। तो ये इनकॉर्पोरेट करना है, ये जो ग्रीन कॉन्सेप्ट है, ये जो ये वातावरण को प्रदूषित ना, क्योंकि जब हम कोई काम करते हैं तो उससे एक ऊर्जा निकलती है जो वेस्ट के रूप में जाती है। किसी भी इस देश में या इस धरती पर रहने वाले व्यक्ति का ये कर्तव्य है कि वो ये प्रयास करे कि उसके द्वारा उत्सर्जित, यानी कि जो वेस्ट क्रिएट किया जा रहा है, वो कम से कम हो। हमारे पीएम साहब ने क्या कहा? सोलर की बात अभी करी, तो दिक्कत कहाँ है? हमने इस कंपाउंड में 147 सोलर सेल लगा रखे हैं, जिसमें 20 काम नहीं करते हैं। मेरी अपने आप से शिकायत है कि आज तक हम उन इलेक्ट्रीशियन को ये बता नहीं पाए कि साहब 15 दिन या 1 महीने में उसका पैनल साफ कर दो तो लाइट आने लगेगी। ये अपने आप सीखना है, ये हम बच्चों को भी इसलिए बता रहे हैं कि जिम्मेदारी सीखनी होती है। तो सोलर लगा दिया, पैनल लगा दिया, पैसा खर्च कर दिया, तो साल भर में काम नहीं करेगा। तो ये खर्चे कहाँ से आते हैं? आपके टैक्सेस से आते हैं, देश की जो लोन मिल रहा है उससे आते हैं। तो करना ये होगा हम सभी को कि इन सारी चीजों को समझना होगा। सस्टेनेबिलिटी की दूसरी डिफिनेशन आती है कि एक तो हम वेस्ट ना करें, कम करें, और धरती को जैसा पाया है वैसा अपने आने वाले भविष्य को दें। एक तो ये हो गया। दूसरा सस्टेनेबिलिटी क्या हो गया? अगर किसी जगह आप 1 रुपया लगा के काम कर रहे हैं और आप उससे 2 रुपया पाए हैं, तो अगले साल हमको 2 रुपया लगा के 2 रुपया या 4 रुपया न कमाना पड़े। हम 2 रुपया ही लगाएं और हमको साल दर साल 1 रुपया लगाएं और साल दर साल 2 रुपया मिले, इसको बोलते हैं सस्टेनेबिलिटी। मार्जिनल प्रोडक्टिविटी किसी सिस्टम की कम नहीं होनी चाहिए। अब हम क्या कर रहे हैं? एक खेत में हम फर्टिलाइजर और काम करते थे, पैसा थोड़ा लगाते थे, दूसरे साल ज्यादा लगा रहे हैं। तो एक ये डिफिनेशन है। तीसरी डिफिनेशन बड़ी जरूरी है जो बजट साहब ने बताने की कोशिश की या बताया उन्होंने, अभी हमारे ऑनरेबल स्पीकर सर हमको ज़्यादा बताएंगे, हम तो सुने आए हैं। जिस जगह आप रहते हो, ये बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट डिफिनेशन आपको समझने की, जिस जगह आप रहते हो वहाँ की सारी जनसंख्या के पेट भरे होने चाहिए। चाणक्य ने क्या कहा था? चाणक्य ने ये कहा था डिफिनेशन ऑफ स्टेट कि आपको आपने रक्षा पे बहुत खर्च करना चाहिए और आपके उस परिवार पे खर्च करना चाहिए जो आपको पैदा करके कर देता है और धन देता है। तो यानी कि हमको आप पे, यानी कि जनसंख्या पे पीएम साहब जो खर्च कर रहे हैं उसका सबसे बड़ा उदाहरण ये कि सबके पेट भरे होने चाहिए। अगर देश के लोग का पेट भरा है तो फिर आप देश के हित में अच्छी बात सोच सकेंगे। तो मुझे लगता है कि सब बातों के साथ हम सभी को सीरियसली G20 के फंक्शंस को, उसकी पिच को समझना पड़ेगा और आने वाले कल के लिए तैयारी करनी पड़ेगी, क्योंकि हमारी उम्र हो गई है, ये भविष्य आपका है और भविष्य संभालने के लिए मजबूत कंधों की आवश्यकता होती है और वो कंधे मजबूत तभी बनेंगे जब एक अच्छी सोच आप लेके आगे बढ़ेंगे। इन शब्दों के साथ मैं आप सभी को एक बार ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ। मन लगा के इस कार्यक्रम को सुनिए। जय अरुणाचल, जय भारत।
Thank you very much, sir. Professor Saket Kuswa, Vice Chancellor of the University. It is always very encouraging to listen to his wise words, sharing experiences and inspiring us to do better in our everyday life and to contribute in any which way we can. Now, moving on to the finale of today's inaugural session, we have with us Honorable Speaker, sir, and I would like to share with you that sir, who is currently the Honorable MLA of Metuka constituency as well as the Speaker of the Arunachal Pradesh Legislative Assembly, has completed his schooling from Arunachal RK Mission School, after which he moved to Delhi to pursue higher studies and completed his graduation from Hindu College with honors in political science during 1992. Thereafter, he pursued LLB from the Campus Law Center at the University of Delhi and has practiced law from 1998 to 2006. And then he decided to return to his roots, having witnessed his late father, Sri Pasang Wangchuk Sonasar's lifelong struggle for the emancipation of the remote tribal areas located in the far-flung corners of his home state. Sri Pasang Wangchuk Sonasar sought to emulate the tenacity and selflessness that his father had embodied. This zeal, coupled with the plight of his people, prompted him to follow in his father's footsteps, and he chose to plunge into mainstream politics. He first was elected as a member of the Legislative Assembly from the 33rd Metuka constituency in 2009. He was re-elected in 2014, and in this term, he served as a parliamentary secretary for tourism. In 2019, he won his third election consecutively and was elected as the 17th Speaker of Arunachal Pradesh. On 14 January 2021, Sonasar was elected as the chairman of Commonwealth Parliamentary Association India Region Zone 3, and he was re-elected as the chairman of the same on 11 May 2022 for another period of 2 years. In his 3 terms as an honorable MLA of Metuka, he transformed Metuka into an allied tourist destination. A visionary leader, he has always been instrumental in many innovative schemes and programs of government of Arunachal Pradesh. He has always been an advocate of involvement of youth in the state. After taking the responsibility of being the speaker, he started the Speaker's Research Initiative, and there are many other programs through which he engages the youth of the state from the universities and colleges as research scholars. He has always been supporting to the young minds of the state. And currently he is also the chairperson of the G-20 Arunachal chapter of the celebration going across the country. It is an honor and a privilege for us to invite Sri Pasang Wangchuk sir, Honorable Speaker, to deliver the address as the chief guest of today's formal session. So,
very warm good morning to everyone. It's a pleasure for me to acknowledge the presence of Honorable MLA Sritana Ali Tara on the base. I don't know whether he's a local or a broiler, but he's a local
So we have Professor Saket Pushwaji, the Vice Chancellor, RD, Ambassador, former Ambassador Sri Satir Singh, who had come all the way from Delhi to be part of this program. I welcome you to this beautiful and spiritual land of Arunachal Pradesh. And we have Dr. N. Vikram, Registrar, Rajiv Gandhi University, a very active Professor Kesan Dibiji, the coordinator for G-20 University College, Dean of Faculty, Head of Department, all the invited guests, and the entrepreneurs who have come here from all across the places, and the students who have come from various colleges and from the department of the university and from media science. When you are supposed to speak the last, the advantages and disadvantages. So the advantages that you hear from them and then try to, take down some notes and speak on that. But the biggest disadvantage is that they speak everything you want to speak. So what happens? I'm left with nothing to speak because they have given, Sabirji has given a lot of insight about the G-20 and the Indian diplomacy, the foreign policy, and as a keynote speaker, and Professor Kesan Dibiji has mentioned about why we are here today as a part of the G-20 University College program. And obviously the Professor Pushwaji has spoken at length about the importance of the presidency of the G-20, which has been handed over to India from Indonesia. It will be a repetition, but I can't resist to repeat what has been talked about. The theme, Vasudeva Kutumbakam, like the MC, he has said, I'm not very good in Sanskrit. There must be a lot of Sanskrit Gyani here. If I go wrong, please do correct me. It has been derived from Upanishad. The whole thing about the Vasudeva Kutumbakam is like the whole saying which goes like this. In the this thing from the Upanishad is about the Vasudeva Kutumbakam. That means the whole world is a family. The whole world is a family, and we've been always listening about the Vasudeva Kutumbakam. Whenever we talk about the tourism also, we always say that we accept everyone as a family in India, and this is the theme when we talk about one earth, one family, and one future. So, when we say it's about the earth as a family, it's just not about the human being which we are talking about. It's about all the sentient beings, all the flora and fauna. It encompasses the Vasudeva. And when we talk about the entire sentient being and the flora and fauna, that shows our compassion towards the mother. That has been conceived by our Prime Minister when the G-20 team has been created. And when we say that the world is a family for us, it's our moral responsibility. How do we contribute positively towards Mother Nature, the planet Earth? So it's always, been a kind of temptation for me to speak about the nature, about the environment, about the protection of the, climate change, how to mitigate the climate change. And, His Holiness were always, kept reverberating in mind. And, a lot of platforms have talked about His Holiness, what he said about this planet Earth. He says that at the night when you see at the moon looks so beautiful, and it has been inspiration for many poets, many writers, to describe beauty. But even if you want to, you cannot go and settle it. So our only hope is this planet Earth, and we all need to come together to protect this planet Earth. Because even if you want, because there's been a lot of research for Mars, And you've heard, like, before I was born, US has landed in the moon. Neil Armstrong landed in the moon. But it's been more than half a century now. Did we see the light of people settling in the moon? So this is a harsh and real fact of life. So, how important this planet is to us? It has been embodied in this theme of the G-20, where we talk about one Earth, one family, and one future. And it's talk about the inclusiveness, how we include everything and move together. I have a small suggestion with people from Delhi have come. When we talk about inclusiveness, in one of the platforms I said, when we talk about G20, it should be G21. When we talk about inclusiveness, we should include the Africa Union, which includes almost 1.4 billion population. And if we leave out such a big chunk, how can we think about inclusiveness? And we talk about world as a family, so they are also a big part of the family. So if we think on that line, then we can really, achieve the goal when we talk about one world, one family, and one future, because we need to, really think on taking this theme seriously and try to implement it in a veteran spirit, so that the world comes together. Because, like we talk about, the conflicts, the Cold War, the war which is happening between Russia and Europe, the world getting divided into two groups, the armed race. We all know where the problem lies, and we all know where the answer is. But still, we are not doing enough. When we talk about the problem and answer, I know many of you must be listening to music. And when I listen to this song from Bob Dylan, where it says, how many seas must the white dove sail until you sleep on the sand? How many times must the cannon fly until it's falling down? The answer is blowing the wind. My friend, the answer is blowing the wind. What does it mean? We know where the problem lies. We know where the answer is. But we don't do enough to overcome this thing. So, when we talk about the world as a family, we should have one race. That should be human race. We should have one religion. That should be humanity. And we should have one family. That should be Earth. Then only I think we can achieve what we are working for. So, I see that the University talked about engaging young minds. It is always a pleasure to connect with the youth, try to understand them, making them try to understand our point of view. It should be a both-way communication. Then only you can engage them in a very positive way. Because our youth, I always say, our youth, and we always say that India is one of the youngest countries, youngest in the sense we have the huge repository of the youth population. And my take on the youth is the youth energy is like nuclear energy. If you use them in the right direction, they can do wonders. But if you take them in the wrong direction, they can create disaster, like a nuclear power. Because if you use the nuclear power to generate power, electricity, ऊर्जा की अगर यूज करेंगे, तो you can do nothing. But if you're making a nuclear bomb out of it, then it could create a disaster. That is what our youth are. So we need to channelize them into the right direction. So someone has rightly said, a foundation of every state is the education of our youth. So the Rajiv Gandhi University is here, doing its work, doing its job. And this should be the positive way of kind of engaging our youth in the right direction, trying to use their energy into the positive direction in the nation building, creating self-confidence in us. Then only we can take our youth to a very, very positive and right direction in nation building. When we talk about the self-confidence, I remember Swami Vivekananda when he says, whatever you think, that you will be. If you think weak, weak you will be. If you think strong, strong you will be. There is the kind of self-confidence you should invoke in yourself. So youth, when you talk about the youth from small town and places like Arunachal, I always relate our youth from the phrase of Khalid Gibran, the Lebanese poet. When he talks about the river, he says when the river travels from the mountain and travels through the river, or through the mountains and the hills, and through the valleys and through the cities and towns, and when he's about to, meet the ocean, it trembles with fear. Fear of losing his identity. Fear of getting vanished in the huge ocean. But the river doesn't realize that he's going to be part of the ocean. So that should be in our mind for the youth. So like the anchor was saying about me, I studied from Art Missionary School, Alok, which is in the West Siam district. So when I went in for my graduation to Delhi, it was the first time I'm traveling to such a big city. So as a born from such a remote places, no experience of moving out of the hometown, obviously that kind of self-confidence, you lack the self-confidence. But if you look back now, I said, what was there to fear about? You're competing with the same people, same fashion code. So that kind of inferior complex should be done away with. That's how we should try to churn their mind and put them to the positive direction. The youth today are very, very, according to me, are the most intelligent people. But the only problem is their mind is very fragile. It is the time when we need to be really tricky about how to engage our youth in the positive direction. So when we talk about our youth, it's an appeal to our youth that, because a lot of time it happens you get carried away by things happening around you. You don't understand the facts, understand the reason behind it, and you just plunge into it, and by the time you realize it's too late for you. So I would request the youth to, introspect about the kind of step you're going to take. Because one wrong step could lead you to a lot of difficulties, a lot of problems. Just getting carried away by social media, just getting carried away by what is being talked about, what is being, what you hear. So we need to introspect, because as a young boy when I was in school, just on a very light note, there was a strike in our school. The first time we saw, we were very young as in, I was in preschool. So they have blocked the gate of the school, and elders from the local community had to come to pursue and cajole the local students there, to ask them what is the problem. We had to solve the problem with the school administration and the students. So they asked, "Beta, क्या problem है आपका? बीमार क्या है?" That was the first question. "आपका बीमार क्या है?" One of the boys said, "नहीं बताएंगे." So what I'm trying to tell, because he doesn't know why is he here, So that's what I'm saying, and I'm very sure what is happening around. A lot of people must be, under the same situation. So what I am saying is we need to understand ourselves. We need to understand the problem. We need to understand the, actual situation, and then you take a decision. Then it will lead you to the right path. And now I see that there are a lot of technical sessions which is being organized today. There's 3-4 themes. One like IT, leveraging technology for a better future, and IT with the advent of IT, the ITC, information and telecom sector. What I see that the IT, whenever we say that whatever discoveries or inventions always comes with a boom and curse. And I think today, I think you all understand what I'm trying to do there. When we talk about the IT, using the social media, using any kind of information platform, we fail to use it responsibly. And it is taking a toll on a huge mental health. Cyberbullying, trolling, for no good reason. They even go up to the personal attack. This needs to be discussed in a technical session. You need to understand, while we use the inventions and the discoveries, we should use it for a positive purpose. But of late, what we have seen has been used in a very menacing way, which I think we need to curb it down. And we need to understand about the ill effect and how it is going to harm you, your family, and your society. That must be the responsibility. We need to tell our youth about it. Because after and we keep talking about the youth at times when our youth keep talking about their rights, and at the same time they forget that there's a duty also attached to it. With the right there's a duty. With the right there's a responsibility. And one is like empowering startups, which we have seen our boys have done, taken the certificates and acknowledgement. And it's a beautiful thing, which our youth is really doing. I'd like to congratulate in this platform to all the entrepreneurs. And young boys and girls there, because they are the inspiration for the other youths. And these are the good things that you have done, that you have brought all the entrepreneurs that started, all the groups to showcase what they have to offer to the people. And with this, a lot of young boys and girls in school, students are here. They will also get encouraged and try to follow the line and be contributing to the society positively. And I see a gender justice, breaking barriers, building equality. So here I ask a question to all of you. We all follow cricket very passionately in India. So, do anyone know who is the captain of the Indian cricket team? Rohit Sharma. Here lies the problem when we talk about gender equality. There's a female cricket team also. So there should have been two names coming. These are the things we need to understand about our outlook. So I always say that we should dream and we should aspire for a world where there is no female leader. There should only be leader. Then only we can achieve what the female given here. And the indigenous knowledge that I don't know much about it too. We all know that we need to preserve our folk medicines and indigenous knowledge about healing. And because we have so much of things which we don't see in our society, that we need indigenous knowledge are there, which is like dying down slowly, because the newspaper, how we kind of revive it and make it to the use, to the benefit of the family, society, country, and like we're talking about Vasudeva Kutumbakam, the entire world as a whole. So with this, I would like to thank the university team, especially Professor Bhutwaji and the entire team who's heading the G-20 University Connect, Ketan, for inviting me here to share a few words with all of you. And I being the chairman of the G-20 celebration here for Arunachal, we have big events lined up. And we are like, you must have seen the changes, in Itanagar town also. In the run up to the G-20, we're doing a lot of innovative things, and one of the main events for the G-20 for Arunachal is the innovation. So we are inviting our local innovators, to showcase the innovations to the visiting dignitaries. And we'll have the cultural show, because Arunachal, we all know we are rich in culture. So we need to show the visiting dignitaries our cultural richness. So we have a beautiful cultural program arranged. And take this G20 to every nook and corner of the country, because here he wants to prove a point, he wants to establish that India's potential, India's cultural diversity, yet how we live in harmony. So these are few things which can make India as a global leader. When we talk about Vishwa Guru, that only could lead us. So the world needs to know us. So if when the G20 is traveling all across the nook and the corner of the country, as the G20 country delegates are visiting across the country, then they will understand the real potential of our country, they'll understand the real character of our country, they'll understand the real India, and we will have a higher pedestal in the global this leadership. And I salute our Prime Minister for coming up with this idea to take G20 meeting to each and every corner. So we here in Arunachal are also getting an opportunity to showcase ourselves to the world, and I'm hopeful that we will put up a very beautiful show, and everyone must come together, contribute towards this G20 meeting here in Arunachal and make it a big success. With these few words, I once again thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an interesting and engaging deliberation. You have touched our heart and our mind in many ways, going from the teaching of His Holiness to coining the idea of G21 for greater inclusion, showing us a vision of a world where there are just leaders and no female leaders, and concluding with the concept of India with the Vishwa Guru. Thank you, sir, for such an enlightening talk. With the permission of the chair, may I now please open the floor for discussion, as we know that we have students from the various colleges present here, which I am sure are very eager after this very vivid and live this program that have gone on. I'm sure they have questions in their mind. With the permission of the chair, we would like to open the floor for a few question and answer directed towards our chief guest and our keynote speaker. And request a volunteer. Please raise your hand. Then the student. Please quickly hand over the mic. Very briefly, introduce yourself and then ask the question, and also who the question is directed towards.
Hello everyone, my name is Nathan. I'm from Hills College of Teacher Education. So first of all, thank you to all the panelists for giving us such a wonderful speech presentation. My question goes to our former ambassador, Sir Satbir Singh sir. So as you and VC sir have said that India is a developing country and it's not yet developed, and so there are still various sectors like education and startups that are growing right now. So you have said that India is a donor in G20 this year and it's not a recipient. So can you highlight some merits of being a donor, because India is
Well, thank you very much for your question. Why donor is very important? That means you have developed, despite your own economic growth, certain capabilities which enrich your society and which you can also share. Latest example was COVID-19. India very early went out for innovation and developed its own vaccination. Otherwise, it should have been really difficult task to have more than 2.5 billion doses to be imported and distributed. So here this becomes very clear. As long as you are dependent on others or any scheme or any program or any welfare scheme you take for your own people in any area, there are certain difficulties being recipient. Now, India is a different kind of a donor that is different. See, for example, largest aid component of India is to our neighboring country, Bhutan. But our aid component is to build the capabilities in Bhutan, which brings revenues to them, and which also we benefit because we get electricity from them, those hydro projects which are done there. Similarly, in Sri Lanka, if you look their tea industry, hotel industry, it is basically created with Indian contribution. Or today's textile boom in Bangladesh. If you look carefully on the ownership patterns of enterprises which are found there. So, being a donor, despite being a developing country, is we have some capabilities which we can share. That's what I say. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your question. Any other questions? At the back? You go at the back.
A very good morning, everyone. Sir, my name is Napoli Mello, and my question is directed towards Ambassador Sir. Sir, we have a long history of being not taking any polarity, Vietnam. So, the stance towards Ukraine-Russia war. So, do you think the indecisiveness, as I'm putting it, the indecisiveness of India is going to affect India's role in larger geopolitics?
Thank you. Thank you very much. You see, this Russian-Ukrainian conflict is really a very big geopolitical challenge of today because this is a conflict in Europe. And it is the Europe which has fought two world wars, First and Second World War, and now we have this situation. As far as India's position is concerned, we fully appreciate the impact of this conflict, which is showing in food and energy everywhere. But we also have a different take, which is different than what you read in Anglophile or English media, basically dominated by West. That the reason for this special military operation of Russia, which we call conflict in Ukraine, are really very, very different and very deeper. Because Russia does not recognize the division of the countries which took place in 1991 after the fallout or disintegration of USSR. So here is the problem. The problem is Soviet Union as a country has disintegrated. But Russia doesn't recognize these countries as sovereign countries because certain countries were traditionally Russian territories. Say for example, Crimea. Crimea is won on Russian bombs. Tolstoy has written about it, the Crimean War which was fought against British, France and Turkey by Russia for 7 years and finally settled in 1857 in Paris. Similarly, the Ukraine, the territory which is of today's Ukraine, is actually fought by Russian Tsars. Battle of Poltava, when the Swedes were thrown out of Europe or the Russian territory, was fought in Ukraine. Poltava is in Ukraine, and it was Peter the Great, in the beginning of 19th century, was defeated. Further, the Turks were defeated in the on the Black Sea coast during Ecaterin's time, Catherine the Great, Russian Tsarina, in 19th century. So, you cannot, in 1991, come and say that today you are weak and Ukraine is sovereign. Russia doesn't recognize it. So Russia has basically asked for, when The issue took place in 2014 was change of government by $6 billion spent by Western countries. And the coup took place, and the legitimate elected president of Ukraine has to flee the country, and another president came, which wanted membership of European Union. Now, India observes all these things. We don't agree what West says. Fine. Now, what is our interest? Our interest is that we have a huge import bill on energy. 90% of India's oil and gas is imported. Any fluctuation or upward fluctuation affects any ordinary Indian. So, India's effort is that this crisis has come, we can't stop it. We have no capacity to bring a peaceful settlement of it. Then we should protect our national interest. Our national interest is in two. One, energy costs should not go up for our people. Secondly, it also affects our food security because Russia and Ukraine are exporter of fertilizer, which directly goes as an input into agricultural production in India. So we should not suffer on account of higher cost for non-availability of fertilizer, and that is the effort we have been making all along, that food and fertilizer, or the energy and fertilizer should be kept out of it. They have partially kept it, and here flows our position that we will not condemn Russia because we appreciate and understand the genesis of it, why this conflict is going on, and how will it continue still for some more time, and how it will conclude. Conclusion of this conflict has to be on Russian terms. It cannot be on Ukrainian terms, because the Ukraine is, as per Russia, is an artificial entity. Artificial entity created after 1991. For going all the historical context of roughly 300 years, when most of the territory was under Turks and won by Russians fighting war there. So we are not in any case compromising our standing. We are not affecting our relations with the West. We are very clear, it is Europe's war. Europe should fight it whatever we want. Where we are affected, we should preserve our interests. Thank you.
We have time for just one more question. The rapporteur chief is has raised her hand first. The rapporteur will please ask the question. This will be the final question of the day. There will be vote.
Good afternoon. My name is Andrej Tabiadevi and I'm a teacher trainee at Vivekananda Kendra College of Teacher Education. And my question is directed towards Honorable Speaker of the Legislative Assembly, P.D. Sonata. Sir, India's uniqueness stands not just in its diversity, but also its retention and maintenance of the same diversity. This has led to a sort of exoticization of the culture and relegated the essence of the culture and tradition. So, how can Arunachal, who is also culturally, traditionally, ethnically diverse, prevent this impending exoticization and preserve the true essence of our
See, we always say that Arunachal is mini India. We have so many tribes, and still we say 26 major tribes, but still we do not know actually we have 26 major tribes. There's still a lot of research going on actually how many major tribes are there, and we all know that in every 100 or 50 kilometers the culture and the language and everything changes. So I always say, because I had a little opportunity to travel abroad, I've seen that if you go to US, when we talk about ethnic culture, so they have the Red Indians, the Native Americans, and in Australia they have the Aborigines, for that matter in New Zealand the Maoris. I have visited all these places. There they have kept them just for the tourism purpose, It is showcasing for the tourism purpose. And when we talk about the Southeast Asian countries that did many ethnic tribes, they have created a village kind of zoo. But here in Arunachal, I always say the culture the diversity is still thriving. If you go to urban area, if you go to rural area, you will see the culture still alive and well. So this is the beauty of Arunachal Pradesh, you know. So that's the kind of the beauty, and that's the kind of our identity. And this is not only going to, you know, create a beautiful identity for ourselves, but this is going to create tourism. This is going to create you know, global visibility for Arunachal. Do I answer your question?
So my question was, how do we prevent this exoticization, whereby our real essence of our
See, I think I'll not dwell on that. You know, this is little controversial. this is little too sensitive, and my chair would not allow me to, you know, speak on this because there always a divided opinion about it. You know, because
That's why coordinator was not using his mic. Okay, last question. हम लोग तो माइक बंद कर देते हैं बेटा, अगर ज्यादा अच्छी बात।
Hello. My question is directed to speaker sir. So, India's geographical neighbors are natural markets. Considering the economic crisis and challenges our neighboring countries are facing at the moment, it is clearly an opportunity for India to showcase its economic power and emerge as the group, like sole leader of South Asia. So my question is, what steps could be taken by India in helping stabilizing the economies and also to boost the bilateral trade relationships? Right?
I think we have the right person here, you know, to talk about the foreign policies and Indian diplomacy, and he'd be the right person to answer your question.
And thank you very much. You see, South Asia is the entity which is basically an entity which is given by West. Many countries have been formed. This was an entity which was one earlier from Afghanistan. Now, since the Britishers partitioned the continent, there are various countries have emerged. Those countries have some of them are facing enormous difficulties because of their policy. Beyond the direction, some of them you can see. Some of them are going for old direction. As far as India is concerned, India believes that our prosperity can be achieved which we have the security and prosperity in the region. In that direction, we have been cooperating. You take it Nepal, you take it Bhutan, you take it Afghanistan, you take it Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Maldives. Wherever it is, our effort is that whatever we can do it, we should do it. And that is the reason we have what we call the free trade agreement. If you look at it in terms of economy, we are actually having negative trade with all these countries. They export much more to us than we export to them. But we believe it that their growth is important for the prosperity of the region. So we as a bigger economy can able to manage it, do it well. Going further, there are political issues. But we are confident that they will come where the countries are today having an adversarial relations with India. They will also see the light that Indian policies are not to put them down. Indian policies are basically that they grow up. So they grow up, but they have to grow up as per their capabilities, as per their policies. India can't make their policies, they are independent countries. So India's effort will be that South Asia prospers. If we can be of any help, we will be there in whatever way it is. We have already opened our markets. We have already opened our routes. Latest is basically you are going to have export of electricity to Indian territory from Nepal to Bhutan, to Bangladesh. So this is where India is actually not even charging the transit fee. We are going to provide our grid for transport of this electricity free of cost. No cost to either Bangladesh or Nepal. So, because we feel it that it will be much better for both the countries if they trade electricity and they can trade the electricity. And we are providing our grid without any cost. So our interest as India is to have the prosperity in these countries, but policies they have to formulate for their own people. Thank you.
Thank you. With this, we will close the question and answer session as we are beyond our time. We thank the Honorable Chief Guest and the keynote speaker for giving us this time to engage the young minds with this Q&A session. Towards the end of the program, may I now please invite Dr. Sudhir Koja, who is a member of the organizing committee, to deliver the vote of thanks.
I would like to start with a quote by John F. Kennedy, former US President, who says, "We must find time to stop and thank the people who make a difference in our life." Good morning, everyone. I feel honored and privileged to get the opportunity to propose this formal vote of thanks for this inaugural session of the G-20 University Connect, Engaging the Young Minds. First and foremost, I, on the behalf of the organizing committee and the university fraternity, would like to thank all the honorable delegates and invitees who have blessed us with their presence today. We are very much thankful to the Honorable Speaker of the Arunachal Legislative Assembly, Sri Pasang Dorjaswana Sir, who have happily accepted our invitation to be the chief guest of this inaugural program. Sir, words are not enough to thank you, but we will definitely take the words of the word of wisdom and your ready guidance and support which you have shown us for the program today. We are highly indebted to your support and the way you are taking the state forward. We wish you, under your able leadership, the positive growth of the young state filled with young and energetic people. We are also honored to have with us member of the Legislative Assembly, Arunachal Pradesh, our honorable MLA, we call it the local MLA, like Sir Tanahali Tara Sir, who is with us in a very short notice. Thank you, sir, for being with us today, sir. With that sense of gratitude and humility, we would also like to extend our thanks to the Ambassador, Sir Sir, for delivering the special lecture on the G20 Indian Presidency. Sir, we are also thankful for your needy guidance in organizing this conference. I, on the behalf of the organizing committee, convey deep regards and hearty thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Saket Kushwaha. We thank you from the core of our heart for your leadership quality and helping us out in the necessary administrative approval for organizing the event in our campus today. Sir, your support in all possible manner to organize this conference is highly obliged, and we are also thankful to your able guidance in shaping the whole structure of this conference. We extend our heartfelt word of gratitude and thankfulness to the Registrar of the University, Dr. N.T. Rickon, sir, for supporting us with all necessary official communication to make this conference happen. We are grateful to you, sir, for your timely and swift actions in stepping up this program. Our sincere thanks also goes to Professor Autumn Padan, our finance officer in absence here, for guiding us in making the conference operate in a very smooth manner. Sir, your words of advice on various matters relating to the operational part of the conference is highly appreciated. Our special thanks to RIS, Information Research and Information System for developing countries, wherein Dr. Santayan Ghoshal sir is here with us, who have guided us from day one to the core to understand the various formalities and to the fineness of the details. The organizing committee from RGU have learned a lot of many of your experiences, and we are thankful that our university has been chosen as one of the organizing partners in your mega conferences. We hope we have lived up to your expectations, and also we look forward for many such collaboration in future too. We also extend our thankful to NETRA, Northeast Training and Research Advocacy, for being a part of this conference as supporting partners. My sincere thanks to Professor Kesang Dege Madam, the coordinator of the conference, for her spirit and support at various stages in setting up the conference. Madam, your constant help and guidance has radiated a source of energy within us. We will ever remain thankful to you and your ever supporting attitude. A special thanks to all the participating students in the essay writing competitions, and many, many congratulations to the winners. I'm also very thankful to all our deans of various faculty who's here with us, senior professors, head of the department, teaching faculties, and non-teaching officials and staff who have spared some of your valuable time in joining this inaugural function. I, on behalf of the organizing committee, would also like to thank our participating colleges, students, their staff, and their officials for making this conference an engaging one. We also look forward to your active participation in the technical sessions and various Q&A sessions that will happen in the afternoon. Our special mentions to the young startup of the state, who is making us proud of being here in our campus and setting up their stores and letting the world know, especially to the youths, and inspiring them to take away from their various endeavors. A particular mention goes to our moderators of the technical sessions who are here with us, some of them are, and also to the invited speakers who will be conducting our technical session. I welcome and also thank you for being here. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank my fellow members of the organizing committee who have joined hands to organize this conference. Thanks to all of you for making this event successful, Mr. Nishant sir and Madam. And we also, last but not the least, I will also thank our dedicated students and volunteers, especially from the Department of Education and Mass Communication, who have especially come and taken the tasks beyond their comfort zones and has given me all the support in this particular program. Last but not the least, a heartfelt thank to each one of you participating here in the conference and making it truly connecting. We look forward for your active participation and in all the sessions to follow. Thank you everyone.
Thank you for the order. With this, we come to the closure of the G-20 University Connect lecture series. On behalf of the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, RIS New Delhi, and Rajiv Gandhi University, we thank you for your presence. From here, we move to the inauguration of the startup stall, which will be followed by high tea. So I request all the dignitaries. I request all the deans of the various faculties of the Rajiv Gandhi University to come forward, and the departments who are present here, and the organizing committee members, and also the principals who have come with the students, principals from the colleges, if you can please come forward. Our resource persons who are present here, Dr. Sasi, Professor Hassan Rao sir, our resource person, Madam Elizabeth.
इसका फाइनल चल रहा है, because you should say